Welcome back to What My Dad Does. Today I'm plastering an Artex ceiling. So how am I going to do that? Let's go and have a look. So we've got an old Artex ceiling that we want to make nice and flat and smooth. And so the first thing I'm going to do, I'm going to put plaster tape up there to cover all those cracks and holes and bits we've filled in, and all around the edges, because we're plastering the walls as well afterwards. So I'll run tape all around the edges so there's no cracking. Then I'm going to PVA it. That is best practice to put PVA on it. Dilute as what the instructions say on the back of the bottle. And then I'm going to give it a skim coat. So with Artex ceilings, I do it slightly differently to like a flat surface. What I'll do, I'll put a skim coat over that, and then I will leave it for quite a while until it's really going off before I trowel it up, and then I'll go over it again with another coat. Obviously, because Artex is wavy up and down, it dries at different rates. You've got a bit over the top that's thin, and you've got a bit here which is thick. So if you try and trowel it up too quickly, I find you can get like a wave effect. You get little ripples in it. So the way I try and get over that is I let it go off as much as possible before I give it a second coat. So I'll get on with that. I'll turn the camera up so you can see more of the ceiling. I'll do a sped up video, so hopefully you can watch it happen. So first thing tape, second thing PVA, and third thing a skim coat over the top. So that's it, we're all done. Unfortunately, my battery died last night, so this is the morning after. Seems to be drying out quite nicely, can't see any ripples on it. So yeah, hopefully that's the ceiling well done. A few tips for you. Number one is that I thought this would take about, I don't know, 3/4 of a bag, and it took twice that, took almost 2 bags. Because I guess when you think about it, you're filling in all of those ripples and holes in the Artex. So it does go on thick. So just make sure you've got enough plaster, make sure you mix enough up. You're going to need a lot more than you think. This ceiling is about 4 meters by 3.2 meters. So let's say 12 meters squared, and took almost 2 bags of multi-finish, which is a lot. You wouldn't normally use that much. Tip number 2 is that don't forget that old Artex can have asbestos in it. Now, it's been painted here for many years, and we're just skimming over it, so we're not really touching the Artex underneath. But sometimes the Artex can be really heavy and can be thick and have lots of projecting bits sticking through, and it's tempting to sort of knock those off. If you do, then obviously wear a mask, open the windows, you know, avoid the asbestos at all costs, obviously. Thirdly, I always let the first coat really dry out before I do my second coat. I think I mentioned that earlier. So the reason for that is if you don't let the first coat dry, when you try and trail that up, you're going to get ripples. And then when you go over with the second coat, it's really difficult to get rid of those ripples. It's really annoying. So just let the first coat dry off more than you normally would before you do the second one. And the fourth tip is that my first mix, I normally do thicker than normal. Obviously, you're putting it on quite thick, you're filling lots of divots and holes, so you don't want a thin coat, it's going to go everywhere. So I mix that one thicker than normal, and then my second coat, I normally mix thinner than normal. For the simple reason that you've let that first coat go off quite a lot, so you don't want a sticky coat over it, you want just a wet coat going over the top of that, and that seems to work okay. I hope that helps. If you've got any questions, send me a comment and I'll try and get back to you. But otherwise, if you can, like the video, if you've enjoyed it or if it's helped, then that'll be great. And hopefully, good luck with your sealing, and I'll see you on the next one.